In this video, we will discuss epithelial tissue or epithelium. Epi word is taken from apis word that means upon, the uppermost virtue, the outermost. It forms the covering of various organs like lung alveoli. There are sac, thali के जैसे structures हैं बच्चे, sac-like structures present in the lungs, which helps in the gases exchange. Those are known as lung alveoli. It is present in the kidney tubules. Our kidney performs the function of filtration of blood. So kidney has a tubule, a cup-shaped structure known as Bowman's capsule, and that Bowman's capsule is made up of epithelial tissue. The lining of our nasal cavity, the inner lining of our nasal cavity, the inner lining of our alimentary canal or food pipe, that is also composed of epithelial tissue. In the region, in the parts where regular wear and tear takes place, epithelial tissue is present. Like in our buccal cavity, regular wear and tear of tissues takes place here. Bache. Blood vessels are made up of epithelial tissue. So, these are the organs, these are the places which are composed of epithelial tissue. It is the simplest animal tissue. The cells of this tissue are compactly packed. That much compactly packed that no intercellular space is present. What do you mean by intercellular? Inter means between and cellular means made up of cells. That means there is no space between the cells of this tissue. So intercellular space is absent. Next one, basement membrane. Epithelial tissue lies over a basement membrane, and that basement membrane is made up of a specialized protein known as collagen fibers. So all the cells which unite together to form this tissue are lying on a basement membrane, and that basement membrane is made up of a special protein named as collagen protein. This basement membrane connects the connective tissue, which we'll study later on, to the epithelial tissue. So it will connect the upper layer with the middle layer, which basement membrane. So basement membrane is a connection between the epithelial tissue and the connective tissue lying beneath it. Next one. The collagen, the protein which makes the basement membrane, provide it strength. So it increases the strength of this tissue. It provides this tissue a strength. Next, the functions of epithelial tissue are: first one is protection. As this tissue protects or make the outermost layer, that is skin of our body, so this will provide the protection of our body from the entry of the pathogens. This tissue helps our body from getting attacked by the microbes. So first function, that is protection. The next one function is absorption. What is the absorption? Means to absorb something. किसी चीज को सोख लेना. This tissue present in the intestinal tract, and intestine of our body absorbs the digested food. That you will study in your class 10 life processes chapter. Whenever we eat food that is a complex food, we break that food into the simple material, and that simple material is reabsorbed into the blood, and blood will take that food to each and every cell for the production of energy. So that absorption is taken from a special kind of epithelium that is known as cuboidal epithelium, that we will study in this particular video only. It helps in the absorption of food. Third, secretion. Secretion means to release something. A special kind of epithelium named as glandular epithelium performs the function of secretion. What secretion? Of certain chemicals known as hormones, which controls and coordinates the activities of the human beings, of the animals, which also controls the growth and developmental activities of an organism. So these hormones are the chemicals which are secreted by specialized organs known as glands, and glands are made up of specialized, tissue known as glandular epithelium. Next one. Germ cells. These are also known as sex cells. These are also known as gametes. These are also known as reproductive cells. These four names are the synonyms. These terms are used for the same kind of cells in the living organisms. The living organisms which reproduces through sexual reproduction produce sex cells or gametes or reproductive cells, and a special kind of epithelium named as germinal epithelium leads to the formation of these sex cells in the various reproductive organs. For example, testes are the reproductive organs which have germinal epithelium, which give rise to the formation of sperm. The germinal epithelium of ovaries produce the female gamete, that is female sex cell known as ovum or ova. Next. Epithelial tissue helps in the exchange of gases, as simple squamous epithelium is present in the lung alveoli. What are these? These are the sac-like structures. गोल थैली जैसे structure है बच्चे, quite thin membranous, due to which the exchange of gases between the lungs and the blood occurs rapidly. Lungs give oxygen to the blood and take carbon dioxide from it. So that's how the gases exchange takes place in lungs. And we usually say, bache, we respire through our lungs, we breathe through our lungs, bache. We do not respire through our lungs. Next beta. Next thing is movement. Special kind of epithelium known as ciliated columnar epithelium. As the term cilia is present, cilia means fine hair-like structures. These fine hair-like structures move like this, and the particles placed over it slowly and steadily moves ahead from one part of the body to another. So, epithelial tissue helps in the movement of certain particles in the body from one part to another. Next. Excretion. First we'll discuss what is excretion. In your previous classes you must have studied that term, bache. What is excretion? Removal of the waste products out of the body is known as excretion. So epithelial tissue helps in the excretion of the material. As I explained to you, bache, this epithelial tissue, the simple squamous epithelium tissue, is present in the kidney tubules, and kidney performs the function of purification of blood. Formation of urine takes place in the kidneys. So they play the role in excretion. So these are the functions of epithelial tissues. Now we will discuss the first kind of epithelium, that is squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium is a kind of epithelium, bache, in which the cells are arranged just like the tiles on the floor. So that is also known as tessellated or pavement epithelium. Why it is given as this name, bache? Because in this cells are compactly arranged over a basement membrane without any intercellular space, just like the tiles of the floor. So that is known as, that is why it is known as tessellated or pavement epithelium. The cells are thin-walled. The dense cytoplasm has a prominent and large nucleus. The nucleus is somewhat flat. That is the shape of these kind of cells, bache, which forms the squamous epithelium. Epithelium or the squamous epithelium is found in the skin. It is found in the kidney tubules, it is found in the lung alveoli. So these are the certain organs where this squamous epithelium found. This squamous epithelium is of two types on the basis of layers of cell. The first one is a simple squamous epithelium, in which a single layer of cells is there. This is the nucleus, the dense cytoplasm, and this one is basement membrane, on which the cells lies. This membrane is made up of collagen. If you look closely towards this diagram, there is a cement substance which is present between the two consecutive cells, and that cement substance is also made up of collagen. Next, this diagram is stratified squamous epithelium. Stratified means the number of layers are different. There are different kind of cells in these layers. The first one, the first layer is known as stratum corneum. This includes the cells which are flat and lies over each other in the form of fibers. The second layer is stratum lucidium. Same much. The fiber cells lying over each other more compactly as compared to the first layer. Next, the polygonal shaped cell forms the third layer, that is known as stratum granulosum. So the first one is stratum corneum, the second one is stratum lucidium, the third one is stratum granulosum, and the fourth, the cells which are somewhat spherical in shape, those cells are isodiametric, that means they have an equal diameter from all the sides, and that is known as stratum spinosum, the fourth layer. And the last layer, which is present as a base of this tissue, that is known as stratum basale. So this is known as simple epithelial, in which one layer of cell is there, one kind of cells are there. 4 to 5 layers are there. Here 5 to 8 layers are there, and those layers are separated, different from each other. They are unlike to each other. So that is the stratified epithelium, and this one is the simple squamous epithelium. So if someone asks you what are the functions of the squamous epithelium, the functions of epithelium are, squamous epithelium are filtration. It is present in the kidney tubules, and kidney tubules performs the function of filtration of blood and results in the formation of urine. The second one, squamous epithelium, which is present in the skin, especially the stratified epithelium which is present in the skin, provides protection from the entry of pathogens into the body. Next kind of epithelium which we have to discuss is cuboidal apathy. As its name indicates, the cells are somewhat cube-like. If you look from the front, the vertical section, they looks like a squarish shape, square in shape. And this is the diagram. We are looking at as a vertical view of this. But if we'll go for the upper view, then it will appear like a cube. So that is why it is named as cuboidal epithelium. It is also, just like the squamous, divided into two forms, simple cuboidal and stratified cuboidal. The simple cuboidal means single kind of cells, like this. The diagram is of the simple cuboidal, and if it is multiple layered, that is known as stratified cuboidal epithelium. Same the basement membrane is there, which is made up of collagen fiber. The nucleus is there in the center of the cell, cytoplasm, the denser one, just like that of squamous epithelium. There is a cement membrane. All of these are cemented material, and that is the cement membrane, which act as an adhesive between the cells. Those cells को चिपकाने का काम कर रहा है. So this is what the structure of the cuboidal epithelium is. Next, occurrence. Where it occurs? It occurs in the kidney tubules, just like the squamous epithelium. Second, it occurs in the glands, especially sweat glands in our skin, from where the sweat is produced, जहाँ से पसीना आता है बच्चे, to maintain the balance of salt and water inside our body. The next one is sebaceous glands. They are also known as oil glands, which are present in our skin, from which the oily secretion is released. Bachche. In the early morning, you must have observed on your nose certain oil is released. So that is due to the sebaceous or oil glands present in our nose region or present in our cheek region. Bachche. Next, it is present in the reproductive organs like testes and ovaries in the females, in the form of germinal epithelium. So on these basis, its functions are decided. Bachche. What are its functions? First, secretion, excretion, and absorption. It helps in the secretion of various materials in glands, in excretion in kidney tubules, and in absorption in the intestinal tract. Next, germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium in the sex organs will lead to the formation of gametes or formation of sex cells, that is sperm in case of males and ovum in case of females. The third function which it performs is mechanical support. Cuboidal epithelium, it's RT. Mechanical epithelium also provides a mechanical support to the epithelial tissues in which it is present. So these are the functions of cuboidal epithelium. The next tissue, the next type of epithelial tissue which we have to discuss is columnar epithelium. This epithelium is composed of column-like cells. What does it mean? They are more in their length and less in their width. The cuboidal epithelial cells are, somewhat squarish in shape, equal in the diameter, equal broadness from all sides, equal width from all sides. But it is not like that. In this case, the length is more and width is less. So these are column-like cells. Columnar epithelium has certain modification over it. Like it has certain cilia, the hair-like structures present over it. And that is known as ciliated columnar epithelium. The columnar epithelium which has cilia or hair-like structures over it is known as ciliated columnar epithelium. As well as it has certain cells which are small in size and secretes a slimy liquid, slimy substance. These cells are known as goblet cells. These goblet cells are the modified cells present in the columnar epithelium. Due to more length of the column-like cells, the nucleus is shifted towards the base. They also possess the basement membrane, as basement membrane is a prominent feature of all the epithelial tissue. So this is basement membrane. What are their functions, bache? The first function is they provide moisture. They provide moisture to the internal organs like our respiratory tract, like our alimentary tract, alimentary canal, that is also known as food pipe. Next, bache. They helps in the absorption of various materials. They helps in the absorption of certain useful materials like digested food in the intestine of the human beings. So these are the functions of columnar epithelium. The fourth kind of epithelial tissue is glandular epithelium. Epithelium is oftenly folded into a special kind of glands, a special kind of organs which secretes certain chemicals, and those chemicals helps in the growth and development of an animal. So, what is the function of the glandular epithelium? It forms special organs known as glands, and glands performs the function of secretion of chemicals which helps in the growth and development of an animal, of an organism. These glands are majorly of two types. One is endocrine glands and other ones are exocrine glands. Endocrine means ductless glands. These glands do not possess ducts, they do not have the pipe-like structures which transmit their material from their secretory site to their target site. इनके पास कोई डक्ट नहीं है बच्चे जो इनके सिक्रेशन को डायरेक्ट छोड़कर आएगी. They release their secretion into the blood and blood flows in the whole body. So their secretions will also, along with the blood, flows in the whole body. Whereas the exocrine glands are known as duct containing or duct possessing glands. These are the glands which possess ducts. They have the pipe-like structures, they have the ducts which transport their material directly over the target site. So that is endocrine and exocrine glands.